everybody, Danny One here. Thanks for joining us. This week I am super excited because I've got an exercise that works for slicers and hookers. If you're finding that you're struggling to hit your driver straight or your irons, this particular drill is working a treat. I've just come off a half-day session with Bill, come to see me. He's got a great big slice on him, not striking the ground correctly and losing a stack of distance. By the end of the session, we turned his slice into a draw with all of his clubs, from his irons right through to his driver. And it's really, really straightforward. We use the magic of one simple exercise and how you naturally can make changes. We're all looking for those drills that are able to basically make changes without you having to think too much about it. This drill does exactly that. I'm going to share with you that in this week's training. Before we do, if you're new to the channel and this is one of your first videos, consider subscribing. I release content like this every week to try and help you improve your game. So what is this drill? Well, let's imagine you're a slicer or a hooker. It works for both. What do slicers do? They come in here, they come over the top here, around the corner, the face is wide open. They generally chop down on the golf ball, so they're losing a lot of power. A lot of the energy is going this way, right? So what we need to do is slicers know this, right? Slicers know that what they want to be able to do is they want the club face naturally rotating through impact. They want to swing more down here, more in line, so we can actually rip through the shot. A lot of slicers, and if you're one of them, know this, but still struggle to do it. So is there a drill that works and helps this happen more naturally? Yes, there is. By the way, if you are not a slicer but you're a hooker, it works for you too, but in the opposite way. I'll show you that in a second. So what we want to do with a slicer, we want to obviously get the club working down the line, through the shot, naturally rotating the club through impact to hit these lovely straight shots or even draws. We don't want the face open, coming across. How do we go about doing it? Well, let me show you something which I learned from tennis. If we force the body to do something almost naturally, so we're going to create almost like a game-like situation. If we naturally force the body to do something, it's better than having to think of a load of stuff, right? So watch this. When I was learning to play tennis, in order to get topspin on a tennis shot, right? I assumed that topspin was like a rolling of the wrists, right? And I wondered why the ball kept dripping into the net. To create topspin, what we've got to do apparently is angle the racket downwards. Well, I'm thinking, well, if you angle the racket downwards, how are you supposed to get the ball over the net? Well, what you do is you then hit up on the tennis ball as you're doing it. So you're hitting upwards, and because the racket's angled downwards, the ball hits and you put topspin on, and it's forced, this with the racket angled downwards, it's forcing you to, in order to get over that, you have to do what? It's forcing you to move upwards through the tennis ball, right? Hence creating loads of topspin and still loads of power. So the racket angled down forces the motion. Well, how does that relate to golf? Well, everyone who's struggling with their slice, or hook for that matter, slicers obviously have a wide open face. So we want to somehow naturally force an in to out motion as opposed to an out to in motion. So what we can do is this. We can take a club, I've got a 6-iron here, and I'm simply going to close the face on the club by about 35 to 45 degrees, then I'm going to grip it. I'm not going to, in a sense, just close like this. I'm going to turn the club face in, then I'm going to grip it, right? Now from there, that face now is pointing miles left to target, and I've de-lofted the club a considerable amount. So if I want to get this ball airborne and I want to set it off straight, what have I got to do? What game am I playing? It's forcing me now to swing this way. So the game you play, and this is obviously for the range initially, but you can take it to a golf course, so it's brilliant. What you do now is the game you play is this. Now, when Bill came along, he did this, he did a normal swing, and sure enough, he came a little bit over the top, and what do? He smashes it, miles left to target. Great. So he starts to see that ball now going first of all, which is great, he's never seen the ball move right to left, ever, so now it's moving right to left, but it's setting off left to target. So the game he plays is, he goes, right, okay, well, let's see if now, what do I need to do? Let's see if I can get this ball setting off straighter. So bit by bit, he's now trying to set the game off straight. He's not thinking in to out and all those technical stuff. He's just playing a game where he's somehow, with his closed face, trying to set it off more and more over there until he gets it absolutely right. So he's just simply having fun, trying to get that club face through the shot and set the ball off on the line that he wants, because the fact that club face is closed is forcing him to do this in a game-like situation, and he's allowing his body to naturally make that move. Does it work with driver? Absolutely. Yes, it does. So watch this. Now I'm at the end of the range. I'm not going to do a smash here just in case I hit the range at the other side, but I want to show you this. So what you do, you take your driver, exactly the same thing. We're going to turn the face in 35 to 45 degrees, then we're going to grip it. Now look at that there. I've got a 10.5 degree driver. We've probably turned that now into like a minus God knows what loft, right? So if I want to now, if I want to play a normal shot, my chances are I'm not going to get this ball up in the air. So what is it going to force me to do? It's going to force me now to do one or two things. I'm going to have to practice now hitting up. Why? Because like the racket, it's facing downwards. So I'm going to have to work on hitting basically up on this driver, right? The next thing it's going to do is facing left. So I'm going to have to try and get it not only up, I'm going to try and get it out to the right because it's forcing me to do this. So let's start really small. And sure enough, I've hit a great big hook. Right? But I'm a natural drawer of the ball, so this drill is terrible for me. But for slicers, it's absolutely brilliant. So get yourself set, close that face, and just enjoy playing the game and working out how you're gonna get that ball straighter, setting off much straighter. It will force the correct motion. And do you know what? It turns your slice naturally into a draw, maybe even just straight to start off with. What you then do is if you start to do this and the ball's setting off and it's starting to go with a great big hook, not a problem. What you do then, as someone hits it right towards me, lovely jubbly. What you then do, once you've done that, is you might then just gradually tweak the club face back a little bit. So you just, it's not maybe it's like 20 degrees now, not 45. And then, so I've reduced it a fraction. And then gradually you go again. And straight away, you start now moving that ball, setting it off on the line that you want, okay? Now, slicing, if you're a hooker, you simply do the opposite. You'll start with an open face, right? And then what will happen is with an open face, you'll then have to kind of turn the body through impact, almost to do what slicers, you'd actually turn the body through to square. The opposite, you'll work out a way to turn that body through. So in summary, how does this work? Very, very straightforward. You've got to trust the natural learning process of the body, right? You've got to understand that the body will work out an answer to this problem. Closing the face, then gripping it. If you do just try and swing normally, you're going to hit low, left. Allow the body to simply have fun, work out an answer to this problem. And straight away, I'm going to create this motion, which is starting the ball off right and getting the ball moving. If you're a slicer and you start to get that ball moving right to left, you are going to be so satisfied. It's going to give you so much more confidence to start swinging to the right because you're moving that ball right to left. I love it. It's simple. You can take it straight to the golf course, and think of it this way. Even if you don't get the ball moving right to left, when you slice to the golf ball, your face is clearly open at impact. So if you close it by 35, 45 degrees, the chances of it being much squarer at impact massively increase anyway. So how can you lose? So give it a go. Leave a comment in the comments box below. Let me know how you get on with it. It's a fun game and it really helps to naturally make changes to your swing. Guys, if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, and if you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed already, come and see us next week by pressing the subscribe button and the bell. But until next week, have a great golfing week.